Do you want to make some music that sounds larger than life, epic, huge, something that might sound like this? Hi, my name is Noam, and today I want to talk about creating some hybrid orchestral music like what we just listened to. What is hybrid orchestral? Orchestral, pretty intuitive. We've got some orchestral instruments in there. Hybrid just means that we've got some non-orchestral stuff going on combined with the orchestral. Our orchestral elements here are strings and brass. Let's listen to the strings on their own. In this style of music, we don't try to be very authentic as far as the orchestra goes. So I have 3 different elements that are being carried by the strings, 3 different musical elements. The lead melody, the main harmony, and I've got an ostinato giving some movement. Here is the lead melody. Ostinato. And the harmony. Speaking of harmony, let's look at the harmonic progression for a minute, because that's also very important for this kind of sound. Our chord progression is C major, going to A flat major, then going to F major, and then to C minor with E flat in the bass. I then have the same thing going on, but in the second time, instead of going to that C minor, I go to G, the dominant chord. This progression is actually the exact same progression that Hans Zimmer uses in Man of Steel. If it sounded familiar to you, that is the reason. I've also created a video talking about these kind of chord progressions. Make sure to check that out if you haven't done so yet. Okay, back to the arrangement. The other orchestral element we've got is brass. Let's listen to the brass on its own. Now let's listen to brass and strings together. Okay, we're starting to get that epic vibe, but we do need the hybrid elements. Let's go on to that. First off, we have sound design elements. That is booms, risers, hits, all that kind of fun trailer-like sounds that we like to put in this kind of music. Here is all of the sound design. These are all samples I took off Splice. Other than the sound design elements, I've got some percussion elements, non-orchestral percussion. There's some huge trailer-like percussion and some taikos for some additional energy at the end. I am using the free version of Ferrum for this percussion. Plus some taikos at the end. Next, I've got some Synth Brass. I'm using this patch Synth Brass in the CS80 by Arturia. Sounds like this. Let's listen to it together with the real brass. Giving that huge sound. Next, we've got some bass elements. I've got this sub bass. If you're listening on your phone speaker, there's no chance that you hear this. That's giving some girth to the sound, and a bass pulse, adding some movement as well. This is both of them together. I'll remove the sub bass. You can hear how all that bottom comes off. if you're listening on some really good headphones. Otherwise, you probably don't hear any difference. And last but not least, an ARP to give that sci-fi outlandish sound. Got lots of delay and stuff on it. So let's just for fun listen to all the non-orchestral sounds before I put all the stuff back together. All right, now let's bring everything back together and listen to the whole thing. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That would help me a lot. Until next time, goodbye.